In today's video, we're talking about a massive story surrounding WWE and AEW. Ladies and gentlemen, WWE looks to plan ahead with some potential releases. At least that's a big topic being discussed. Also, in addition to that, an AEW return that I think is relatively huge. And we got to talk about that viral star from AAA. Looks like he could be moving up to the WWE main roster. Let's talk about it right here, right now on The Angle Show. And as always, if you guys want more videos like this, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Trust me, you never want to miss a video, especially on this channel. We're constantly talking about everything, big, small, it doesn't really matter. Let's kick things off with Luchasaurus, aka Kill Switch. Me personally, I'm just a big fan of this guy. You know, I liked him as Judas Devlin back in WWE NXT. Then he goes to AEW. Well, good thing is Brian Alvarez has confirmed that Luchasaurus, aka Kill Switch, has been cleared. He's ready to return, and he's actually been ready to return for several months now. There is a lot of confusion about what's going on with him, but the good news is, and the main reason why I even want to talk about this is largely due to the fact that he was having a severe health problem, which, as you guys know on this channel, I don't like to dive too deep into that because you know, on the other side of things, these are real humans. These are real people. I know they portray characters and stuff like that, but there was a lot of concern for Luchasaurus. There was a lot of concern and worry about his health scare. And so now that we're at least hearing that he has been cleared, that is fantastic news. Now, regarding AEW, because of course we got to factor that in. AEW obviously has... They're going to be the ones to decide how they book him or whatever it may be. That's up to them. I don't know what their plan is. Clearly, there's some stuff going on with Christian Cage and Nick Wayne and Mama Wayne and Kip Sabian. You know, the patriarchy, it's kind of like in an interesting situation. So, look, I'm glad he's healthy. I'm glad he's cleared. Yeah, I don't really know where he fits in AEW in 2025, but I'm not even really concerned about that at the very most right now. I'm just worried about health, and it sounds like health is good. So just wanted to keep that out there, put that update out there. A lot of people have been wondering what's going on, and it's been relatively quiet. This episode of The Angle Show is brought to you by Philips, the Deadbolt Smart Access Key Lock right for your front door. Ladies and gentlemen, this piece of tech is so sweet, and we got to talk about it. Philips really outdid themselves with this. It's 2025. Technology continues to evolve, and everybody's using smartphones these days. So now you have 4 different ways of actually unlocking your front door. But my favorite is actually the fingerprint scanner. And you could do that all thanks to having a wireless connection. I know we've all been there before. You know, we lose our house key, we misplaced it, whatever it may be. But it's all about being convenient and secure. And that's exactly what this does. Guys, if you don't have your key on you, it's okay. You could literally just type in the code that you created. If you don't want to do that, you could literally just go into the app and unlock it yourself. Or yeah, just use your fingerprint. Guys, if you want more information on this, check out the link in the description. Of course, anytime somebody purchases something from my Amazon link, I do get a kickback from it, but I highly recommend you guys check this out. Philips is absolutely killing it. This is one of those products I think everybody should have in their household. It's 2025. It's time to catch up. And that brings us to our next topic. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Iguana definitely impressing WWE officials, but this time it's even on a bigger scale, and we got to talk about it. According to WrestleVotes, WWE wants to use Mr. Iguana on its programming more on a consistent basis. They came out with a report. We are told that WWE has significant interest in making him a part of our programming on a regular basis. Sources confirmed to have strong interest in both a marketing standpoint as well as a community outreach standpoint, as they feel the character can connect to a younger audience, and they fully expect to see new Mr. Iguana merchandise before the summer ends. Now, for those who don't know, Mr. Iguana is played by Santiago Ibarra Calderon. You know, obviously Mexican luchador, AAA. That's where most of the fame comes from. Maybe you guys watch some of his matches in the Crash as well. Mr. Iguana, definitely popular, but even more popular because of the puppet, La Yesca. WWE is taking advantage of this. We just saw Mr. Iguana on NXT this past week. Of course, AAA getting more love, but this is a move that WWE is going to do. And I think moving him to WWE Raw makes a lot of sense. Moving him to SmackDown makes a lot of sense. It's going to be interesting to see how WWE tries to capitalize here, because as you guys know, when things go viral, there is not a lot of sustainability long-term for that. And so obviously WWE is smart. They understand that, and they're trying to take advantage as quickly as possible. But Mr. Iguana is going to be a very, very big deal. I don't know if WWE foresaw this happening, but I think it was pretty clear the minute that they had worlds collide, it just clicked and everything immediately changed. So the fact that Mr. Iguana is going to be on WWE programming is huge. Now the question is it Raw or is it SmackDown? And WWE obviously can utilize NXT, but I think we're going to see Mr. Iguana more on WWE Raw. And the reason for that is because of Netflix. I just think it's a no-brainer. But of course, this is a really interesting story for a variety of reasons. I don't know if we've seen somebody quickly get, this over with WWE to the point where WWE is just like immediately changing course, because that's essentially what they're doing. When they have to insert somebody new onto television, something else has to, leave. Something else has to give. So WWE is obviously making room for Mr. Iguana, which is great. And I look forward to seeing what they do. I look forward to seeing how this guy goes in there and kills it. And also, I hope this is a good sign for WWE and AAA. With WWE buying AAA, TKO having AAA, I think that is such a fascinating deal, such a massive story. But the fear that I have is maybe WWE just buys them and they choose not to do anything with them. I'm hoping they're starting to see like, hey, we should keep going with this and we should keep investing in that product and still highlighting their talent, just as they did with Mr. Octagon Jr., at Money in the Bank. So definitely something to pay attention to. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to our next story and our final story. Apparently, WWE has some more releases incoming, and this is a really weird situation. Brian Alvarez, I always say take things with a grain of salt, but of course, this is where things get interesting. Tomorrow is Friday. This is typically when WWE releases happen. And he was talking about this, and he was talking more specifically because of Brooks Jensen, the way that he was cut out of the calling. But there has been some reports that WWE is looking at doing more releases. And I think with WWE doing more releases, I think it's problematic, right? We have seen the news of R-Truth, right? And we saw the news with Sarah Logan, and we're seeing talent not being re-signed. Listen, you got to pick your poison. If WWE fulfills the contract and they choose not to re-sign you, that's the less of the two evils. If WWE releases you in the middle of a contract, that's pretty evil. And so therefore, I would much rather see if WWE is going to do anything moving forward. I don't want to see them cut talent, bro. I understand business is business. I'm not dumb. I read your guys' comments. You and I feel the same way. You know what I mean? Like, we understand the business aspect of it. WWE doesn't owe anybody to keep the talent, but it doesn't change the fact that it is still kind of dirty to just release people whenever. And then if they want to leave, that's not necessarily how it works. So we'll see if Brian Alvarez is right, but it sounds like, WWE talent are reportedly on edge about this. WWE talent are a little worried about this, and it makes sense, right? But with WWE and AAA and all these NXT call-ups, how are they going to make room for all talent? It's a difficult task. So obviously I'll keep you guys updated along the way. Whatever stories we get, whatever releases we get, I will keep you guys up to date. But as always, if you want more videos like this, please don't forget, click that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.